So here's my video on how to refill these Thermacell cartridges, saving yourself a lot of money. The cheapest that I found these was about $2.50 per bottle already filled, and I figured that with refilling them myself I should be able to get the cost down below 50 cents per cartridge. And so we'll walk through very quickly on how to do this. But you just take your pliers and grab it behind the O-ring and pull it out. You want to make sure not to damage that O-ring. Underneath this there's a check valve. So here's the check valve, you can see it in there, and you just take your screw and you screw it right down into the middle of that check valve there. And I usually screw it down until I feel the check valve kind of give a little bit. And then you take your pliers, just pull it right on out. And so that had a little bit of pressure in it from some gas, butane. But this is the check valve that you're pulling out. It's a little bitty thing. This is the check valve right here, the little thing that needs to come out, and then you'll be able to refill it. But you just push this back in and just make sure that it's seated all the way down. Alright, there we go. That did it. The catch here is that you have to find the right nozzle. Now, I recently bought this can of butane that has all of these different fittings in it. Guess what? Absolutely none of these fittings that come with this fit this cartridge. So fortunately, I had already bought this can right here, and this can contains in the lid the exact nozzle that I need to fill this cartridge up. So this is it right here on the tip, and what I've done was put some O-rings around it to kind of stack it up and make it to where it wouldn't spill out the butane as much as before. And also one other thing that I did, I'm not sure if you're able to notice or not, but right in the tip I put a cut right there, just a little bitty cut, and basically what that allows it to do is have the gas seep down into the bottle whenever you fill it up. Otherwise what happens is it basically seals itself, and that's the reason why on the other videos you see people having a hard time filling up the bottles and it taking a really long time to fill up the bottles. But this little cut right here helps it to go ahead and fill right on up pretty quick. So the O-rings help. I didn't have a problem with seeping out too much before I put the cut in there, but after I put the cut in there I started having some problems. So I suggest wearing gloves for this, and eye protection as well, and being very careful since you are dealing with butane. So once I get it ready, I've taken the check valve out and got it all ready. What I do is I take a red marker and I color around it just to let myself know that this is a cartridge that I can go ahead and refill anytime. So let's do that now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause because it slowed down quite a bit, and I'm just going to relieve some of the gas pressure, just the pressure. Okay, now I'm going to continue to fill it up the rest of the way. And we're done. But you see how fast that was, and I usually fill it up to that ridge right there. And that's it. Very simple and very quick, but you want to do it safely because butane can be dangerous. And do it in a well ventilated area as well, because sometimes you might get a headache or something from breathing in too much of this stuff. Then it's ready to go.